What's going on, everybody? Gleez here, and today in this video we're going to go over how to fight JP. And we all know that he has crazy projectiles, is able to keep you far away, all the way on the other side of the screen, and we're going to teach you how to get in, the best ranges to play him at, and some of the things to do against his setups. So a typical JP player from full screen, these are some of the options that he has and what most good JP players are doing. They're using frame traps in order to keep you locked down in block from far away, right? So we'll just keep this here, boom, boom, right? That's a very typical JP situation, right? You could parry those things, will negate your drive rush damage, but we can also jump after the second parry. So the initial projectile, spike, spike. You'll oftentimes see that. And again, you can jump. What I would suggest that you do is you get a micro walk after the second parry before you jump. And there's a few reasons for that, and I'll go over why that's important. So we're gonna parry, parry, walk, and then jump, right? And the reason why we do that little micro walk and jump, is because it covers multiple options that JP has. So from that position, I'll record something else, right? Another option. So if you jump immediately, I'll show you what happens. You get caught, right? But with that micro step, you're able to get in, miss the command grab, and you're able to avoid the spike. So it leaves JP with relatively little options. It cuts one of his options down. And it's really good because most JP players, when they see you jumping, that's what they're going to do. So from this position, this is something else that a JP player might do. But notice that it whiffs, right? So it will have to cause a JP player to react to you instead of you reacting to him from full screen. And it causes hesitancy in the zoning of a JP player. And that's what you want. You want to make sure that they're hesitant in throwing out their particular projectiles that they want to use. And it allows you to get in, right? So we're playing like mind games from far away. We're taking away a lot of his options. The parry is really important, but also keep in mind that the command grab will scoop you up whether you're parrying or not. So it's best to parry the projectiles somewhat later than you might parry, say, Ryu's projectiles. You see that Ryu projectile come out, you might throw up the parry real quick, real easy. But with JP, you got to recognize the difference between the command grab and the regular projectile. But the way that you get that micro walk after the frame trap and jump in is extremely important because it negates so many of his options off of the frame trap. So now you're in this position, right, against JP. And have you ever had that teacher in like middle school or high school when the class is talking and everybody's just kind of sitting there and wondering what the heck's going on? You hear the teacher go, "Oh, I'll wait." That's what you're going to do. You're going to be that teacher. You're going to wait. You're going to sit here and you're going to wait and you're going to see what JP decides to do. Many times a JP player will get antsy, they'll jump in on you. And you can anti-air them depending on your character, and you'll be good to go. Some will be really patient, so they'll just walk back and they'll continue to walk back, and you just inch up with them, right? So as they walk back, you just inch up with them and stay in this range. This range negates a lot of what JP does. Any projectile that he throws is easily reactable and you can jump in on him. What a good JP player will do is probably walk back, and he'll put up that portal, right? And then you have the portal behind you. Whenever you see JP put that portal up, I dash rush in those instances. As soon as I see it, I try to react to it and dash in. And I cut down the space. Putting yourself in that situation, especially if he uses a middle punch portal, will put you out of range of that portal, right? So you can get up close. Sometimes you can get a grab. Sometimes you can get things going. But that's typically what I do. Now, if you have a portal that's out, there are certain rules and things that you want to do. So I'm going to set up JP with that. So say I'm here, right? So I'm going to do that. So as soon as I see that, boom, try to get a grab and get myself out of the way of that portal. Now, if he does throw a portal up, you don't want to stand. I'll show you. You don't want to stand under it like this. This is the worst spot because he's going to cross you up. So you never want to have it slightly behind you. You can't air throw. You can't really do much of anything. This is the worst spot to be in with the portal. You do want to stand behind it, and if you see that he is teleporting into it, you can jump up and air grab. So what some JP players will do, they get real frustrated because you're getting in on them and they get you out full screen or even mid screen. They'll go with their normal attacks, right? And then they do this, dash rush out immediately. Boom, just get the hell out of there. All right, so get out of that situation. If you do get caught in it, the only attack that you need to block low is the third attack. So let's say you do get caught in it. So we're gonna stand here, 1, 2, 3, high, right? So the third attack needs to be blocked low. It's the easiest way to remember it. So block high the whole time, and then the third attack block low, and then high. Everything's high except for that third attack. All right, so keep that in mind. Or another way that you can block it is block low the whole time except for the second and the fourth attack. Right, so that's another way that you can block it. Another way to remember it. Allows you to block low a little bit more if you think he's going to come in and try to hit you in those gaps. There are slight gaps. It's not a true block string, so there are some gaps within that, so he can hit you low. He can hit you with the overhead as well, so it's kind of makes it difficult if he is to be a little bit closer and rush in on you and combo you or try to get hits or throws within those gaps. So keep that in mind. Again, you're not going to be able to cover everything. These setups are really good with this character. So another good way to get past his projectiles is to utilize Drive Rush and a move that is forward advancing at the same time. Now, other characters have moves that just horizontally move forward and attack. So think like Blanca Ball, Honda's Headbutt, Cammy's Drill, right? Moves like that propel the character forward. And these are really important moves to utilize because the way that the hitbox works on his projectiles are a bit different. The swipe, as we play this projectile here, notice that swipe by the actual projectile is where the hitbox is. So if you can propel yourself past that, you'll go through the hitbox and you're able to just make your way forward. So we'll show you right here. And I use the knee in order to get past the projectile. And then we're right in a spot that we want to be at. And this is right where we wanted to play at, remember. So this is the exact spot that we want to play. And we're able to get punishes and things and just react to whatever the JP player is doing. So say the JP player, right, he gets in. Maybe he gets a jump in that you don't anti-air and you block, or he dash rushes in. A lot of times this is the type of string that he's going to use. So it'll look like this. Right, and it pushes you away. It puts you in a spot that isn't really extremely disadvantageous, but it gives JP a little bit of space to kind of maneuver, right? Way better than you being up here for the JP player is you being here, but still not terrible for you. You can avoid that. As soon as you see that he goes into that special at the end, and we're also using the light version of that, which comes out the fastest. So there's no faster version of this move. So as he goes into that, you can actually drive impact through it and get a punish. All right, so keep that in mind. It is something that you can react to with practice. I've gotten decently good at it. You have to also kind of anticipate when he's going to utilize it. And in most cases, it's going to be after the standing light punch, and you don't want to do it early. Because if you do it early and you don't react to it, this is actually what... Oh, I got hit. This is actually what happens. It breaks you, right? It'll break. Because it's 3 hits that come out in succession, so it has to be when the projectile or the staff is activated. So practice that, get good at it, and we'll go over some match footage of me against a JP player to kind of show you some of the things that I'm doing in that matchup. So the next move that we're going to talk about is the parry. And notice if you jump, you get juggled. You can't block in the air, so don't jump. If you get juggled in the air, you're actually higher. It allows a JP player to react better and more consistently to juggle you, and then you're going to hit with a level 3 super, and then you're just going to be dead. So do not jump, do not jump, do not jump. If you do get hit by it, block. When you block, you can wait for the grab. He's probably going to grab you. Tech the grab. Once you tech the grab, block. Wait until those things are off of you before you advance your attacks. There are some things that you can do that will negate the projectiles that are on you. One of those are your supers. So notice that if you do use your super, it negates the projectiles that are on top of you. Now, you may be thinking, well, should I just reversal super? It's not a punish. No, do not reversal super. Wait to see what JP does. Again, you're going to wait. You have to be very patient to play against JP. So wait to see if he advances his attacks. If he does, use an invincible super that you have, go into it, and punish him for advancing on you. So on Wake Up, there are some things that you can do here. You can bait it out and punish it. You can also, if you were to get a knockdown, neutral jump, not a bad option. You also have the ability to use your lights. So if we look at our heavies, I remember those are negative, so I'm -8 there with that particular heavy. If I were to use my lights on Wake Up, look at the advantage. I'm +7, right? I'm +7. So in those instances, I can just go for the grab. It negates it, very similar to the way that the super does. All right, so in those cases, that would be a good option. He may utilize that, and if you continue to grab, he may super as you go to grab, like an invincible super. But players are going to adjust, man. You got to adjust with them. So one thing to be cautious of when jumping out of things with JP is, say you get hit and he puts that up there, right? When that goes up, you do not want to jump. You can inch your way forward, stay in this range if you'd like, or you can just stay back and wait for the projectile or the portal to dissipate and go away. Either it's going to be used or he's going to teleport through it. Do not try to advance through the air when that's up, because he can snap his fingers at your reaction to your jump and then combo you. All right, so wait on that. Just be patient. Use your parry, right? Use your parry and sit and wait. If you don't get hit, you'll be in a situation to jump eventually, right? So be patient with it. Notice where the portals are. If he puts one over your head, get the hell out of there, right? Don't stand there with the one that's over your head from this range. Try to get out, try to walk forward and then block, right? Try to be in a position where you're not going to be in range for him to teleport onto you. Now, it's also corner dependent. So if you're in a situation where you have him like cornered almost, don't let the portal go behind you, because he's going to flop sides. All right, so be aware of that as well. If he throws the portal out into the air and say you're here and it's in front of you, keep it in front of you. React, right? Wait, just be patient. All right, be patient. Also know that when the portal's out, he can't throw his command grab. So you can parry everything. You can be very quick to parry things when that portal is out. So keep that in mind as well. So we got some match footage here, and we're going to go over basically what I'm doing. I notice I let him get away with a lot of jumping in. I'm not anti-airing the way that I should. And I don't play it perfect, but you can see some of the things that I talked about being utilized in this match. And this is when I first came up with this game plan. So this was actually like the beginning of Street Fighter 6, like day 3 or 4. Really cheeky neutral jump there. I was trying to get the neutral jump going on those, and I realized that it's not really worth it. See, because you can still get hit and things, so don't jump. Don't be me. Don't parry too long either, because he can teleport and just throw you. So you got to be very precise with that. I, again, suggest just blocking when those are out there. If you block, you can react. When you let go of the parry button, you're actually stuck in animations. Another thing that I didn't discuss was your enders of your combos. So I'm using enders of my combos to make sure that he stays close, or at least I have enough advantage where I can cut down space after the ender. So there I used my super that was going to allow for him to stay close to me and not get pushed all the way far away. So notice we're trying to stay in that sweet spot that I talked about. The time's running out, so we got to push a little bit, but we're trying to stay in that area. And we get jabbed out. So round 2, it's a new round. Learn to fight another day. So we're out here, ready to go. Jump in, that's okay. And I tried to parry the grab. Do not do that. So parry, jump, you got me, because I didn't jump fast enough. And also the meter burn of those comes out much quicker. And notice I'm getting bullied right now. My timings are all off. I'm not doing it correctly, but I will do it correctly soon. All right, so we reacted. We're able to get the punish here. Baited, right? So now I have him in the corner. I'm going to use my lights because he's been hitting me with the parry when he's in the corner very often. So I'm using my lights on purpose, so if he does use the parry, I'm able to be an advantage. All right, got the throw, throwing him back to the corner. Again, trying to keep that good spacing, input error. Tried to bait it, didn't get it. Good tech on the grab. When I say baited, I meant the parry. Just trying to bait the parry. Again, trying to keep that space close. Should have anti-aired, didn't. You got to get those anti-airs. Don't be me. All right, so just block when that's out there. Just block. Jump. Empty jump in the grab like a G. All right, so good blocks here. Again, should have anti-aired. All right, good neutral jump. So again, stay in that space. Stay in that zone. Just wait. Maybe throw some projectiles. But just wait in that area. Right? Notice I'm jumping in too much. You don't want that. All right, so now we got to block this, remember? And we're able to block all of it successfully. It's really good to stop what JP wants to do. He wants someone to get very flustered out there with that. Make sure you have those blocks down. Parry. Nope, didn't parry again, right? Parry twice. Walk forward, jump. Right? There we go. Now we're in. Now we're just going to stay in that zone. Bang. Punish. Grab. Right? That's where you want to play. React to him. Drop your combo like an idiot. That's me. So, just play in that area. Gets grabbed. Thought he was going to come with that overhead, so that's why I went with the drive impact. Boom, missed me because I got that little micro step, right? So just stick in that zone. Stay in that area. Wait for him to do something. I should have reacted, but I didn't. Good jump in. Jump. Boom. In that area. We're in our sweet spot. Getting our pressure going. Stay in that zone. Don't let him get too far away. Stay in that zone. Stay in that zone. Got to play it patient. Time's running out, though. All right, what do we got here? Tried to bait it. Didn't get the bait. He didn't go for the parry. There we go, and we're going to get it here. That's it. So there we go, a little bit of a game plan for you against JP. And notice even me knowing a lot of those things, it is difficult to execute. You have to practice it. You have to practice it. All right, so get online. Play against good JP players. Practice, practice, practice. You got to practice it. There are a lot of things to think about. There are a lot of things to react to, and you have to get good at it. So hopefully that will help. If it did, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell so you get updated whenever I post new content. As always, I want to thank you guys for checking in. It's Gleez signing out, and continue to game strong.